I've got 3 pieces of good news for you. 1, there are snacks in Magic Kingdom under $10. 2, there are really good snacks in Magic Kingdom under $10. And 3, I'm gonna rank the best Magic Kingdom snacks under $10 for you today here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today we're ranking the best, you heard me, the very best Magic Kingdom snacks for under $10. Awesome, right? Now you're gonna have a complete list of tasty foods you can try in the park that won't have you breaking the bank. Win, win, win. So here's how this is gonna work. Yep, we're ranking these snacks today from good to better to the very best, but because you already know these snacks taste good, I mean, they're our favorite snacks in Magic Kingdom, we're going to be ranking them on a slightly different scale. Our final score for each of these tasty treats is also going to be judged based on the treat's originality, its flavor profile, so will it be good for picky eaters, adventurous eaters, or both, and if it's going to give you the best bang for your buck. Ready to chow down? Let's do this. Now, remember, this is from worst to best, even though they're all our favorites. So stick with me here. Don't be sad if your favorite's at the bottom of the list, because it's not there because it doesn't taste good. We're going to start with the Joffre's Giant Donuts. Now, when you go to Disney World, you're going to see a familiar kiosk popping up in not just Magic Kingdom, but all around the parks. That kiosk is our good old reliable Joffre's coffee. Joffre's is the Disney World Park's main coffee supplier, basically. It's who they kind of partner with. So you'll see it in Disney Springs, in and outside the parks, in the hotels, even in your hotel room. But along with coffees, teas, and other specialty stuff, most of these kiosks also sell donuts, much like the Joffre's kiosk you're going to find over in Tomorrowland, right outside Space Mountain. Now, the donuts at Joffre's cost around $6, and they are absolutely huge, like as big as your face. And while some are plain, others are a little more decked out with bright pink or blue icing, or even sprinkled with Oreo crumbles. This treat is giant for the price and easy to split with the other folks in your group. That being said, it's not exactly reinventing the donut-shaped wheel here. The donuts are fluffy and sweet, mostly fresh tasting. I've never had a bad Joffre's donut, but they're not going to be over-the-top adventurous like you might find at Everglazed and Disney Springs. Not to mention, you can find these donuts pretty much anywhere, even outside the Disney bubble, since Joffre's gets their donuts from an outside donut chain supplier called Donut King, which you'll find in numerous other places around the area. So while the Joffre's donuts may be at the bottom of our ranking list today, we still consider them to be one of the best treats you can pick up in Magic Kingdom for under $10, since the kids will love them, they're easy to share, and they're a reliable breakfast treat that pairs great with a morning cold brew. Rank 5 out of 10. By the way, before we keep moving on with today's ranking video, you can scan that QR code you see on the screen now, or head to disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks to pick up a free list of our top 10 Disney World snacks for 2024, complete with full maps to help you track down all of them. While the snacks on that free list are going to be of varying price points, unlike today's video where all our snacks featured are going to be under $10, it'll still help you find our all-time favorites in not just Magic Kingdom, but in all the parks, just in case you want to try them out too. Now, next up on our list, that baseball brownie from Casey's Corner. I love this thing. For under $5, you can pick up this baseball brownie right on Main Street, USA. For being your typical pre-made Disney World brownie, this one's really good. It's on the fudgy side rather than the fluffy side. It's a really dense brownie here, which makes it nice and moist. And come on, that baseball icing is just adorable and super exciting for the sporty kids out there, but I'm not a sporty kid and I love it. It's a really good buttercream icing. Now, while I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to get this brownie when there's a lot of other much more unique snacky Magic Kingdom options, it sure does hit the sweet spot when you're pairing it with those savory corn dog nuggets. And here's a little Main Street hack for you. If you get there in the morning, right when Casey's Corner opens, your kid might have the opportunity to throw out the first pitch, signaling the start of the day. Now, if you or your kid are one of the lucky chosen ones to throw the ball, then you might also be rewarded for a pitch well done with a free baseball brownie. And it sure is hard to beat the price of free. Rank 5 out of 10. Now, do we have any Arnold Palmer fans out there? Either one, like the drink or the golfer, because I've got the treat for you. The lemonade and sweet tea slushie at Golden Oak Outpost in Frontierland is a great surprise. It's refreshing, slightly tart, and even if you're not a big fan of sweet tea normally, this frozen version manages to keep the sweetness toned down without losing any of that brewed up flavor. Kids probably aren't going to be picking this frozen concoction over other frozen slushies that Magic Kingdom has to offer, but for $6, it might be worth a try for you grown-ups on a hot Orlando day. We were excited when we first saw this come into being, I guess, over at Columbia Harbor House, and now they've got it over here. Rank 5.5 out of 10 at Golden Oak Outpost. Now we got another slushie for you here. This is the Desert Pear Lemonade from Tortuga Tavern in Adventureland. It reminds us a lot of the Violet Lemonade at the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, which is like super popular, so popular that they made an entire merchandise line around it. There's just no flower accent on top here, and it's a much bigger portion for around $6.50. This slushie is tart and sweet, and again, mighty in portion size, so you might want to split it with someone unless you're really craving some frozen lemonade. Obviously, the lemon is the most prominent flavor here, but that pear flavoring does peek out a little bit underneath. If you like floral or citrusy beverages, or even a beverage that's pretty to look at because the color of this one is very striking, then Tortuga Tavern's got a pirate's drink worth yo-hoing about for you. But again, this drink may not be something your kids are jumping to try, especially if they're not big on those floral flavors. It might taste a little bit perfumey to them, so try it first yourself and see if they'll like it. Rank 5.5 out of 10. How about something savory next to start off your Fantasyland morning? The sausage and gravy tots at the Friar's Nook are crispy tater tots where the real star of the show is the salty hot gravy poured over the top, all for around $6. And while you will get a decent portion of gravy on your tots for that price, you can always buy an extra cup of gravy at this quick service for $1 more, and you still won't break our $10 budget. Now, granted, we're probably still a bigger fan of the breakfast tachos like you'll find at Woody's Lunchbox in Hollywood Studios or at many of the Disney Resort food courts in the morning, but this is still a solid way to fill up for under $10 before you start making the Magic Kingdom rounds. Now, if you come around the Friar's Nook later in the day and you're still wanting some savory tots for under $10, you can actually get a side of cheesy tots for a little over $7, with lots of ooey gooey globs of plastic cheese to go around. And just like the gravy, if you want extra melty cheese, you can buy extra melty cheese for $1 more and still keep things under the $10 limit. Rank 6 out of 10. Okay, we are back at Casey's Corner, and it won't be the last time you see this place featured on today's list either. For around $6.50, you can get an order of chili cheese fries topped with waltz chili and shredded cheese. Now, this may come as a shock to you, but not everyone on the DFB team shares my affinity for all things plastic cheese. I know, I'm sad for them too, but that's why my team members also appreciate the shredded cheese on these Casey's fries instead of the typical plastic cheese that loaded fries usually come topped with. As far as the actual fries featured in this basket are concerned, these are what you'll find at most Disney World restaurants. Thin and crispy and usually a good amount of salt. Waltz chili is also a classic Disney staple, and it pairs really well with the salty crispiness of the fries. The chili is heavy on the beans, however, so if you're not a bean fan, then you may want to steer clear of this snack. And if you're on team plastic cheese like I am, you can always grab yourself an extra cup of that cheese sauce here for $1 more to dip whatever you want into. 6 out of 10. Now it's time for us to start entering into Dole Whip territory. The I Lava You float from Sunshine Tree Terrace in Adventureland is a sweet orange Dole Whip mixed with strawberry Fanta, passion fruit syrup, and popping candies for a little over $7. All the fruity combinations here work really well together, and the passion fruit syrup acts as the lava cascading down into the soda base. And you know, Pop Rocks are always a fun addition for treats like these, because who doesn't like a fireworks show on their tongue, right? Right. The I Lava You float is a unique Dole Whip that I think kids and grown-ups alike are going to be able to get behind, but it can get a little too sweet with that combo of soda, syrup, and Pop Rocks, rather than just being a refreshing afternoon snack. So if you do order this, make sure to ask for a water cup to go along with your float to help wash it all down. Rank 6 out of 10. Anti-Gravities in Tomorrowland may just have the best cold brew in all of Magic Kingdom. The cold brew float is about $7. It's made with your choice of ice cream, either chocolate, vanilla, or caramel, and Joffre's specialty cold brew blend. Now, when we went to try this out just recently, the cast member behind the register told us the caramel version was the best, and I don't think they steered us wrong, because that combo was awesome. The caramel soft serve was such a commanding presence in this drink, and even though the ice cream melts fast in the Florida heat, it helped sweeten up the bitterness of the cold brew and became quite a heavenly partnership. Do I recommend this one for kids? Nah. The mix of children and caffeine probably isn't going to do you any favors, and they're not really huge fans of bitter coffee anyway. But I do recommend this one for teens and adults who are looking for a little extra pep in their step to help get them through that afternoon theme park slump. Rank 6.5 out of 10. Now on the outside, the cream cheese warm stuffed pretzel at the lunching pad in Tomorrowland may look like your typical theme park soft pretzel, but just like people, it's what's on the inside that counts. Okay, it doesn't actually look like much on the inside either, but it tastes really good, I promise. So the unsalted pretzel is lightly dusted with breadcrumbs and filled with a ribbon of super soft cream cheese. Not cream cheese icing, just straight up kind of semi-sweet cream cheese like you'd layer on a bagel. Now, the sweetness of this pretzel is just enough to satisfy a sugar craving without being too over the top sugary. I guess this is a given already, but if you don't like cream cheese, I'd probably skip this one. That said, I'm not the hugest fan of cream cheese, but I still really do like this. There's enough sweetness to the cream cheese that, no, it's not frosting, but it's still pretty sweet. Okay, it's hard to, you just get one and let us know what you think. Now, if you're looking for a snack with a nice blend of sweet and savory, that's also substantial enough to share with the fam, then so yeah, my thinking is if you're looking for a snack with a nice blend of sweet and savory breadiness that's also substantial enough to share with the fam, then this pretzel might check all the boxes for you. It's around $8. Rank 6.5 out of 10. Okay, I told you we'd be back to Casey's Corner. Now, the frozen mint julep lemonade at Casey's is a blended mint julep with lemonade, fresh mint leaves, a cherry, and an extra slice of lemon on top. Now, of course, this is non-alcoholic because the only place you're going to get alcohol in the Magic Kingdom is in this sit-down table service restaurants. But this is really refreshing and comparable to the famous Disneyland mint juleps that they have over in New Orleans Square, though maybe not quite as good as the West Coast variety. Disneyland's famous for these drinks for a reason. But the mint juleps at Casey's are on the sweeter side of things, not as tart as a plain old lemonade, but somehow that mint lemonade combo still works without tasting like brushing your teeth right after you drink orange juice. I don't know how they do that. Now you can order this frozen mint julep lemonade for around $7. Rank 6.5 out of 10. Now, this next one, you might argue with me a little bit on this one, but this is kind of a nostalgic one for me, so I'm going to throw it in here anyway. Typically, Pinocchio Village House in Fantasyland is most known for their flatbreads, but I'm going to tell you to ditch those for something cheaper and way better, in my opinion. The tomato basil soup here costs about $4 and reminds me of why I'm basically a certified soup Barbie. It's savory, it's buttery, it's creamy. I just love it. And if you happen to be in Disney World on one of those colder days, this is perfect. I usually like to eat my tomato soup here with a side of the garlic breadsticks or the garlic knots, depending on what they have on the menu at the time because they switch those out. But that's going to push you over your $10 by just a tad since the breadsticks are around $7. However, that might still be worth the extra splurge, especially on one of those rare, cool days. Is tomato soup in Magic Kingdom wildly different from other good tomato soup outside the Disney bubble? No, but paying under $5 for anything worth having in Disney World is a deal you're not going to find very often, so take advantage of it if you are Soup Barbie like me. Rank 6.5 out of 10. Are you shocked to see us back at the lunching pad? Me too. But in order to try this Tomorrowland snack, you're going to need to visit the unassuming kiosk bright and early in the morning, despite its name, the lunching pad. Now, the sticky bubble bread is a sweet bread rolled in cinnamon, caramel, and warm spices for about $6, basically like a monkey bread or a pull-apart bread. It is moist, it's got strong cinnamon vibes without being too overly sweet, and it's super easy to share. Though I totally understand if you want to keep it all for yourself. The main downside to this snack is that you can only get it until 10:30 a.m. After that, it's gone for the rest of the day. And to be fair, this feels like one of those Disney World snacks that they're only going to have around when it's busy, but they've had it around for a while now. It has not left the menu, so I am hopeful that it'll stick around. Hold on, let me knock on wood somewhere here, okay? And don't get too mad at me if it's not there when you are, because again, I feel temporary about this one, but I love it and I think you should know about it. Rank 6.5 out of 10. This next treat is a little controversial even among our DFB team members, but for those who are searching for a sweet pastry that is more than the sum of its parts and it's only $6, the Cheshire Cat Tail comes in clutch for me every single time. This is over at the Cheshire Cafe in Fantasyland. It's a tail-shaped twisted pastry filled with chocolate chips and topped with squiggles of pink and purple icing to look like the Cheshire Cat's hindquarters accessory, straight from Alice in Wonderland. The pastry is gooey and chocolatey and flaky with just the right amount of sweetness, maybe a little bit too much sweetness for some people. I'll be honest, I'm a big frosting person, so I get it if you don't want the extra frosting on top, but I like it. And still. Now, this is kind of a just regular twisted chocolate chip pastry that you can find in any good bakery, I guess. So that's why it's controversial. It's kind of something you could probably find back home, not looking like the Cheshire Cat, but you get it. So I get if you don't want to spend $6 on this one, but it is really, really good. It does tend to come in clutch, like I said, for me. And usually I wouldn't be drawn to just a plain old pastry, but for some reason, like I said, this is better than the sum of its parts. I really like it. So at least try it once and let me know what you think. Rank on this one, 6.5 out of 10, but that's just because, again, these are all of our favorite snacks. So it's very, very hard to put some of your favorite snacks down at the bottom of the list. But anyway, that's the deal. Next on the list, Candied Bacon Skewer from Westward Ho. A lot of you don't even know this exists. That's why you're here. This is our job to find all this stuff for you. Make sure you know about it so that you don't have to do all that crazy research. We are going to do it for you. Anyway, this is bacon. Now, bacon on its own is amazing, but really thick, incredible bacon that's candied on a stick. Yes. Yes, please. The Candied Bacon Skewer at Westward Ho is a huge, very thick piece of bacon served with a side of potato chips for about $10. I don't need the potato chips. I don't even know why. Why would you have potato chips with bacon? I don't understand. But anyway, we are right at the $10 cusp here, which can actually be kind of steep for just one thing of bacon and some chips, but it's really good bacon, which helps make up for that. And you might be able to ask them to leave the chips off and get it for a cheaper price. That's something that Disney will sometimes do. Now, even though the flavor of the bacon is outstanding with the candied coating giving all those sweet and savory vibes, the texture's not super crispy. Think of this more like a pork belly kind of situation because it is so thick. So if it were thinner bacon, it'd be easier to make it crispy, but this is more of a pork belly, like a thick bacon, chewy kind of situation. So if that's not your jam, then this is not going to be your jam, but I love a pork belly. Anyway, even though I love swinging by Westward Ho to pick up a bacon skewer every now and then, I still desperately miss my Wendell's Bear Claw that used to be served here, and I am still patiently, waiting for its return, Disney, just in the hopes that it will someday return to me because it's incredible. And if the Wendell's Bear Claw is there when you are, please buy it and let me know. Thank you. Rank 7 out of 10 for the bacon, not the Bear Claw. Bear Claw is 11 out of 10 if you find it. All right, so we told you about a savory option under $10 at Friar's Nook earlier on. So how about something sweet this time? This is another one that nobody knows about. The caramel apple pecan, whatever you want me to say, hand pie is a fried empanada-like dessert pastry filled with caramel apple pecan filling and drizzled with vanilla custard sauce, all for around $6. Does this give me major fall vibes? Sure. Will I continue to eat it all the time? Abso-positively. This hand pie is light and flaky, and the apples are so tender. It's not too cinnamony either, which I'm not a big fan of making it super cinnamony, by the way. Some of my grocery stores here in Frisco, Texas. Anyway, this is a very sugary treat, so make sure you got a major sweet tooth that's ready to handle it. Kids will also probably enjoy this one too, especially if you make it into an a la mode with some vanilla soft serve you can pick up next door at Storybook Treats. But then again, that'll push you over your $10 limit, so you don't want to do that. Just stick with the pie and skip the ice cream hack. Rank 7.5 out of 10. Moving on to Gaston's Tavern, the Gray Stuff Cupcake. It's pretty simple. It's a chocolate cupcake topped with the gray stuff, which is a cookies and cream-like frosting and then sprinkled with little crispy pearls. The chocolate cake is really moist here, and the addition of the crispy pearls gives that little extra layer of crunch. Not only is there tons of gray stuff on top of the cupcake, but it's also hiding inside the cupcake. It's like a gold mine of gray stuff in here. And for those of us who remember when Be Our Guest first opened in 2012 and everybody was just dying to get in there and tell them it was their birthday so they could get like a little dollop of gray stuff on a plate, this is an amazing development and why the future is bright. But anyway, this cupcake is not going to set the bar for all Disney cupcakes or anything, but the fact that it's Beauty and the Beast themed, very, very tasty for kids and adults, and is just over $5 makes it a sweet treat worth trying out. Rank 7.5 out of 10. Okay, let's be real here for a second. There are so many great snacks at Disney World. Too many great snacks. None of us can eat them all with our budgets and our stomach space in just a couple of days. So how are you going to choose just a few snacks per day without completely blowing your snack budget on day one? Well, we have got you covered. We've reviewed every single snack available in Disney World, not just in Magic Kingdom, but all of Disney World. And we've written a series of DFB guides all about them. Check out our Everything Bundle bundle of guides over on dfbstore.com for all the details you need to plan your snacking and spending. You can even download these guides straight to your phone, so it'll be like we're right there with you in the parks. And if you do get the everything bundle, you'll get the DFB guide as well, which has a snack recommendations chapter that I edit twice a year, and I make sure that nothing is forgotten in there for you. And it has my personal recommendations as well as all of the recs from the DFB team. So that's going to be very, very helpful, I hope, in planning your snacking along with these snack guides. And while the everything bundle is already highly discounted because we're putting all of those books in one, you're getting them all in one, so you get a discount on that. You can add another discount on top of the bundle discount by typing in code YouTube before you check out. Moving on to Sunshine Tree Terrace. Who remembers when Sunshine Tree Terrace was an Aloha aisle was Sunshine Tree Terrace? Let me know in the comments if you remember that. That was such a weird switch when they did that. It took a while to get our heads around the new signage. Now, don't get confused. The citrus swirl at Sunshine Tree Terrace, which is what we're recommending here, is different from the orange cream soft serve cup. Two different treats, my friends. The orange cream soft serve cup is just Dole Whip orange swirled with vanilla and served to you. The citrus swirl is like 10,000 steps above that because it is frozen orange juice swirled with vanilla soft serve. So you get a much, much, much more, I guess, flavorful. It's very powerful flavor and it's tart. I don't know how many of you were like me as a little kid and your parents got the frozen concentrate orange juice in the little cardboard tubes to make orange juice from, and you just wanted to eat the frozen orange juice out of the concentrated tube. If that was you, like me, then you might like the citrus swirl. Sorry, that's probably too much information. Anyway, this has been a go-to snack of mine and DFB's every time we're looking for something cool and refreshing and tart and sweet and creamy and fruity, since this has it all for just a little over $5. Now, we do have trust issues with this treat since it has disappeared on us in the past. So it is a flight risk, and sometimes it still disappears from the mobile order menu or from the regular menu, but definitely go and check Sunshine Tree Terrace. You're going to pass it anyway because you have to pass it to get over to Pirates and stuff. So just check the menu or ask them, is the citrus swirl on the menu? Again, it's different from the orange cream cup. The orange cream cup is fine, no shade, but it's different and it's better. Okay, rank 8 out of 10. Okay, we're heading over to Aloha Isle, formerly known as Sunshine Tree Terrace, to tell you about something that came in during Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration, and it's still there. It has not left the menu. Now, they do this once in a while at Aloha Isle. They bring stuff in for a special celebration, and then they kind of leave it on for a little while, and then they make us excited that maybe it'll be there forever, and then they take it off, like the Kakamora float, if you remember that one. Anyway, this one's still there, so we want to tell you about it. It's called the Tropical Serenade. It's made with a generous serving of coconut soft serve swirled into a cup filled with what Disney says is pineapple, orange, and guava juice. But we all know that Pog juice is actually passion fruit, orange, and guava juice. I feel like Disney might have this wrong on their menu, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. For those of you who know the difference by taste of pineapple, orange, guava, and passion fruit, orange, guava, please go try it and let us know. And we might have to do that experiment ourselves. But anyway, it says pineapple, orange, guava juice on the menu, but Pog juice is usually passion fruit, orange, guava, and I know I've bored you to tears at this point. It's also topped off with a pineapple upside down pineapple cake pop tucked right into the soft serve. And this tiki room themed float is basically 3 treats in one, all for $8. It's a bit of a time commitment since Aloha Isle can rack up long standby lines, so you may want to mobile order it instead. If mobile order is available, sometimes Aloha Isle doesn't do mobile order these days. And then once you do get your hands on it, the Orlando sun will have its way with it real fast. So we suggest you go into Tiki Room and have it in the AC. Rank 8 out of 10. I hope it sticks around. Now, my absolute favorite way to enjoy a Dole Whip over at Magic Kingdom is with this, a fresh tasting pineapple upside down cake. And lucky me, this is back on the menu at Aloha Isle. It left us for a while after 2020 closures, but it has been back for about a year now. This is pineapple upside down cake. It comes topped with your choice of Dole Whip pineapple, vanilla soft serve, or a swirl of the two. But no matter which topping you choose, it'll always cost you about $7. The pineapple cake is moist and flavorful without tasting artificial, and the Dole Whip works really well with it on top. This is one of my favorite treats, like I said, and I have actually waited in line for the Jungle Cruise with this treat, gotten up to get on the ride, and they told me I couldn't take it on the ride, and so I left the line instead. Instead of throwing it away, I left the line, didn't ride Jungle Cruise, and finished this instead. So this could be known as better than Jungle Cruise. Anyway, the serving size is pretty substantial, so you can share it with your family or make them order their own if you're not too keen on splitting it. Keep in mind that the cake is not served warm, but considering the Florida heat and how quickly Dole Whip melts on its own in the first place, the cooler cake mixed with the refreshing Dole Whip can make sense. But that doesn't mean I can't dream about how much better it might taste if you could just nuke it in the microwave for a minute or so. If you're not the world's biggest pineapple fan, or you're not a fan of super messy treats in general, because like I said before, Dole Whips melt quickly here, but it is in a bowl at least, then I'd say you probably want to choose something else for your afternoon treat of the day. But if you're looking for something that just screams you're on a tropical vacation, then this is it. This is that treat. Rank 8 out of 10. Okay, now this next one is Bria's favorite treat in all of Magic Kingdom at the moment, but she is a huge Rapunzel fan. So we're going to talk about the Rapunzel Sunday at Storybook Treats. This is a shortcake topped with Dole Whip lemon, wild berry soft serve, berry compote, and colorful sugar flowers. This is so good. The tart lemon Dole Whip works well with the sweet and creamy berry soft serve, and the extra whipped cream thrown in there just makes it all that much more creamy. This treat is also cute and colorful, but only for a little while, so take those Instagram pictures fast. Not to sound like a broken record, but this sundae melts quickly, and since there's really no indoor seating at Storybook Treats, you're going to want to share this one to help you conquer it before it's one big soupy mess. Or, get it in the winter. While the Rapunzel Sunday has stuck around on the menu for a little bit now, Storybook Treats is well known for rotating out character stuff, so there's a good chance Punzi's dessert may not be there during your next visit. But if you sign up for the DFB newsletter, we'll make sure to let you know if and when this frozen treat decides to go live out its new dream, and what other frozen treat will come to take its place, because it'll be something. Currently, you can try this sundae for around $8. Rank 8 out of 10. So you don't have to wait too terribly long to pick up one of the best sweet treats in Magic Kingdom for under $10, because this one just so happens to be only steps away from the park entrance, and you can mobile order it. Over at the Main Street Confectionery, you can order that peanut butter cookie pie. This is a huge, soft, thick peanut butter cookie topped with chocolate frosting and sprinkled with a handful of peanut butter M&Ms. Kind of reminds me a little bit of if you've been to that Nestle Toll House Cafe and you get the peanut butter cookie cup that has the fudge frosting in the middle. It's kind of that vibe, but just bigger. And there are also a bunch of peanut butter chips baked throughout the cookie base, which adds some nice texture and even more peanut butter flavor. Now, if you don't want to start off your morning with a peanut butter cookie pie, that's okay. You can mobile order this one for pickup after the park closes, so you can snack on it on the way back to the hotel. Yep, that's totally a thing you can do, and a great way to bookend your Magic Kingdom day. This treat is going to put you back a little over $6, but if you do order it, be sure you got a drink nearby, because the peanut butter is thick and it's going to dry your mouth out real quick. Rank 8 out of 10. We are back at Gaston's Tavern. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this one to show up on this list. If you're looking for a tasty and filling breakfast for just $7, the warm cinnamon roll at Gaston's Tavern in Fantasyland is where it's at. Magic Kingdom takes these gooey treats to the next level by making them huge, easy to split, and absolutely covered in a thick and creamy maple flavored icing. Special tip, ask for an extra cup of icing for even more goodness if you just can't get enough of it. There's no guarantee that cast members will be able to hook you up with even more icing, especially since your cine roll already comes with a lot of it drizzled on top, but we've received an extra cup more often than not, so it's always worth asking about. Rank 8.5 out of 10. Ooh, okay, I love this one. This one's nostalgic too for me because my mom and I both love Hush Puppies. Now, Hush Puppies may not seem like an exciting snack to add to our list. After all, can't you get Hush Puppies at almost any seafood place? Yes, but there are reasons that these puppies of Hush have worked their way up the rankings today. They're at Columbia Harbor House, which we love, just FYI. Now, reason number one, they're $5. Reason number two, they are really good Hush puppies, believe it or not. Theme park Hush puppies, who would have known? But these are nice and crispy on the outside, thick and doughy on the inside. They've got those big old whole corn pieces inside, which just add that sweetness and that texture. And reason number three, they're good for all ages. Kids are gonna like them, adults are gonna like them, everybody wins. Who doesn't like dough and corn and fried? And reason number four, you can either sit down in the restaurant and chow down on them, or you can easily take them on the go with you. Your choice. Not to double dip in the Columbia Harbor House pool or anything, but I'd also recommend their cup of New England clam chowder for those slightly chilly days. That one costs about $7. Soup Barbie is back. Rank 8.5 out of 10 on the Hush Puppies. So during Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration, the AllAmerican Sundae at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor stepped down from the menu to let other limited time treats take the spotlight for a bit, because it's just a really nice sundae and it's just a generous sundae, and that was just nice of it. It's what I would expect, but we did miss it. So imagine just how excited I was when it came back to Main Street USA. Hello, peanut butter goodness, you have returned. The AllAmerican Sundae is an $8 treat made with old-fashioned vanilla and chocolate ice cream, then topped off with hot fudge, peanut butter drizzle, whipped cream, and a cherry. Can't forget the cherry. I also always ask for a little extra peanut butter. It's simple, but it's also satisfying. The classic combo of peanut butter and chocolate and vanilla and more chocolate is hard to beat. And don't forget that if you want a little more topping, to mix in once you get through the top layer, you can always order some extra hot fudge or extra peanut butter for an additional 69 cents. I don't know. There's just something cozy about picking up one of my favorite sundaes to enjoy on the hub grass in front of Cinderella Castle. It's like I'm a kid again, which really isn't that the point of Magic Kingdom in the first place. Rank 9 out of 10. We have made it to the fresh fruit waffle sandwich at Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. Did you know this was under $10? Probably not. Maybe you did, and then you're really smart. Anyway, picture a sandwich, a really thick, sweet tasting sandwich, but now make the bread a waffle. You are gonna wanna try this if you haven't already, and it's just over $8, which is an unbelievable deal. This sandwich is a classic Belgian waffle topped with a slather of rich chocolate hazelnut spread, which is just a giant vat of Nutella that they have in this kitchen, and then smothered with fresh strawberries, blueberries, and banana. See, you get some magnesium and potassium with this dish. Oh my goodness, vitamins. Or I guess we should say minerals. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, healthy, right? Right. For that $8 price point, you could also just enjoy this as a full meal in and of itself. In fact, there have been times I've split this one with my family and I still am satisfied enough that I don't have to eat anything else for a good long while as I stroll around the park. That's a lot of snack for that price, my friends. But be wary of this waffle sandwich. Sometimes you're gonna see it on the menu all day. Other times you'll only see it being served for breakfast before 11 a.m. So if you wanna make sure to prioritize this one, you'll wanna swing on by a little Sleepy Hollow window in the morning just in case this sandwich decides to disappear once the lunch rush shuffles in. Then again, once things do switch over to the lunch hour, you'll have the chance to order a different waffle sandwich, the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich made with deep fried battered chicken breast and ladled with some sweet and spicy sauce. Now, normally the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich costs $12 since it comes with a side of chips. However, if you ask for it without the chips on the side, which we have done and we have confirmed, the price will drop down by a couple of bucks, so your meal and snack will still be eligible for our $10 snack rankings list if you get the chicken waffle with no chips. How about that? See why you come watch DFB? This is important stuff. Rank 9.5 out of 10. Ooh, we've made it to the cheeseburger spring rolls. Are they pretty to look at? No. But are they one of the tastiest savory options this side of Magic Kingdom? Yes, I think so. They are at the Adventureland cart at the entrance of Adventureland on the Cinderella Castle side. It's a spring roll wagon that if you've been a longtime fan of this channel, you probably heard me hype up at least 1, 2, or 10 dozen times. Now, this used to be right in the heart of Adventureland, kind of over by Pirates of the Caribbean, but it has been moved out to the front of Adventureland a couple years ago. Anyway, while the spring roll varieties here do switch up frequently, there is a spring roll flavor that tends to stick around more often than not, and that's okay by us because the cheeseburger spring roll does happen to be one of our favorites. It's meaty and cheesy, tastes like a fast food cheeseburger surrounded in a golden crispy shell instead of a bun. These spring rolls are a little more costly than some of the other options we've been giving you. They're around $9.50 for 2 of them, but for that price, you get those 2 spring rolls and a mayo-based sauce with tiny pickle pieces to really enhance that cheeseburger flavor with a little extra tang. And also, if you want to try a cheeseburger spring roll, but you're also curious about whatever other spring roll variety is being offered at the time of your visit, you can choose to order one of each for the exact same price. Rank 10 out of 10. Now, we have made it to the best Magic Kingdom snack under $10, my friends, and this might really surprise you. This tip is invaluable, and it's just something that I'm so happy about. Our number one snack under $10 in Magic Kingdom are kids' meals. Yep, not even joking. The kids' meals at Magic Kingdom Quick Services will give you a decent amount of food, like plenty of food for under $10, including a main entree, a snack, a dessert, a drink. Even though they're listed on the kids menu, adults are more than welcome to order them too at these quick service locations, which might be a great alternative to a full meal if you're planning on eating something more substantial for dinner later on. So which kids meals are really going to be the best bang for your buck in Magic Kingdom? Well, the chicken and rice bowl at Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe over in Frontierland that's made with cilantro rice topped with seasoned chicken, pinto beans, lettuce, tomato, sour cream, and salsa. Comes with your choice of 2 sides and a choice of drink, all for a little over $8. Now, the kids' chicken strips from Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe in Tomorrowland, I get this all the time, has 2 crispy tenders, which is honestly plenty, your choice of 2 sides, and a beverage, also for a little over $8. Columbia Harbor House has shrimp skewers or grilled salmon. They've got fried shrimp. They've got chicken tenders with the same sides and drink options as before, also for a little over $8. I know, you're probably still thinking kids meals, really, AJ, when it comes to a best snacks ranking list? But when you consider the fact that the cheeseburger spring rolls we were just talking about are more expensive than this, and with a kids meal you get an entree, 2 sides, and a drink, then you may very well completely change your mind about how you end up snacking around the Magic Kingdom. I'm gonna rank these 10 out of 10. I get them all the time, and so do our team members. Anyway, now that you've heard about all the best Magic Kingdom snacks under $10, I need to know, which one are you most excited to try during your next visit? Write it down in the comments. Don't forget to pick up our free Best Snacks in Disney World in 2024 guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks, and have a blast in Magic Kingdom. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.